This week from the internet. You thought the AMC Dune bucket was crazy? Wait until you see what Jurassic World cooked up for their popcorn. Plus, Disney just changed the ending to their live-action Lilo and Stitch. And yep, we're definitely in the bad place. And E.T. wants to phone home? Nah, he wants to chill in your tub. Lush just made it happen. It's the Reluctant Adult Podcast. Ooh, welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the original Scrub Daddy, Bill!
Hi, everyone. You're a scrub.
I don't want no scrubs. Scrub is a man that can get no love from me, riding in the passenger side of my best friend's ride. Da-da-da-da-da.
Trying to holler at me. Yes.
There you go. It's ingrained in there.
Can't
tell you anything about math.
You and I, we have a long-standing history with the word scrub. Because scrub really...
Oh my goodness, yes.
Really went through the school when we were in high school.
Scrub,
maybe even before
sketch.
that.
Yeah, there were some specific people who really made that like the word. I'm surprised it didn't get banned. Were they banning words at that point?
I don't know.
I feel like that one should have been on that list of banned
scrub.
words.
Like you couldn't do anything. Like, oh, I found a penny on the ground. Scrub.
Right.
Oh my god.
What was that thing going around in recent years in like stores? People would yell something. There's lots of weird things that kids do. Yeah. Kids are so weird. I mean, we were weird, but kids now, because they can be recorded, that's what ruined everything. Like, we didn't have to worry about being filmed 24 hours a day when we were kids. Like, the worst that would happen is someone would, like, screen cap our AOL Instant Messenger transcripts or something, and then we could just be like, that's not me.
There was either that, or they would clone, they would get, like, a similar screen name.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That?
And we would catfish people.
I added an exclamation point. No, I added a 1. My first account got like shut down, so I added a 1.
Yeah, or like a lowercase L that looked like an I or whatever. Yeah. We were terrible too. If we had the infrastructure and the technology to be as bad as kids are today, we would do it. We
probably would have been worse.
We had to really try. Oh, we would have been so bad. Yeah. Well, there are some things that we can't talk about. I'm not sure the statute of limitations on them, so we'll save that for our autobiographies or whatever later down the road.
We'll record it posthumously. Have our children say it for us.
That's right. That's exactly what we'll do. I'll have it written and like instructions. Upon my death, release this and reap the rewards of all my bad doings. No, it was not that bad. Nothing was very bad. We exaggerate.
It was very white collar.
Very white. Everything was white about it. The collar, just everything was very white.
Shoes.
I want to start off this week a little bit differently. Usually we jump right into the stories. I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, I want to thank everyone who reached out last week after last week's show. Everyone that reached out about my beard. It will grow back. Unlike my wife's gallbladder, which she had to have emergency surgery to remove, and 2 whole people wished her well. So I want to call them out by name. Thank you to Wholesome Toy Family, who posts the most perverted toy-related content, but also is like just a great guy. He just seems like he's on the right side of history if you follow him on Instagram. Wholesome_toy_family. Follow him if you're not. And then Jedi Mind Trick 50. He had his gallbladder out so he could relate. So he wished my wife well. That was it. So fuck you guys. The beard will grow back. I actually like it this length where it's like stubble. I feel like that because you can kind of see like my jawline a little bit more. It's coming in. So that was that. The other thing last week I mentioned that someone he was really hating on our content, how we repost videos, and he responded to the video that we made in response, and he was basically like, he's like, that's not what I meant. He's like, I'm just saying you're lazy. I'm like, all right. So he's like, make better content, and I was like, okay, you first, but in an effort to make better content, I've created a list here of hooks. And if you're not familiar with that terminology, hook is like the first part of your video that gets people excited and watch the rest of it. And that's what helps videos get really high view counts, is when people keep watching past like 5 seconds. So Bill and I are going to go back and forth here, and we're going to read these hooks that relate to stories that we intend to talk about tonight. So this is actually a little preview of what this show is going to be all about tonight. But they're a little exaggerated. But you know, we'll get into it, and you'll see what we're talking about. This is a little bit of acting. We're going to put our acting hats on a little bit. So here we go. Ready? You thought the AMC Dune bucket was crazy. Wait until you see what Jurassic World has cooked up for their popcorn. All right, there's one. All right, this is a funny story. So, would you bathe with an alien? Lush thinks you should, and they made an ET bath bomb to prove it. All right, you do the next one. This is another ET one.
ET wants you to phone home? Nah, he wants to chill in your tub. Lush just made it happen.
Lush just made it happen, yeah. All right, this one's a little sad. We're going to be really fired up about this story, so this is going to be a good one. Super 7 just dropped the 2003 TMNT figures, then dropped the guy who designed them. Cold-blooded. All right, you do the next one.
Super 7 just became the shredder of the toy industry, laying off the genius behind the 2003 Turtles right after launch.
There we go. Nice. Diamond Select Toys is done. From Marvel Select to Mini-Mates, what happens to all those iconic lines now? Jazzwares just put AEW figures in a box shaped like a golf cart, because why ship your toys like a normal company? All right, you get the next one.
Why use a regular box when you can package your AEW figures in a cardboard golf cart? Jazzwares is unhinged. And we're here for it.
We're here for it, yeah. Some companies use clamshells. Jazzwares, they use a full-on cardboard golf cart to deliver your wrestling figures. WWE's been telling us that we're the most important part of the show for years, but we never got an action figure. Until now. Figures Toy Company finally made wrestling fans into toys. All right, this next one I have a prop.
Oh.
I have a Stitch, and my Stitch, then my son's like, be so careful with them, don't get them dirty. I was like, dirty? I'm not like eating a meal. We're just doing a podcast. We're just literally to my desk here. All right.
Messiest podcast.
It's very messy. Disney just changed the ending to the live-action Lilo and Stitch, and if you needed proof that we're in the bad place, this might be it. All right, you do the next one.
The live-action Lilo and Stitch has a new ending. And it's the clearest sign yet. We're all in the bad place.
Yeah. Finally. Let me do a little, this like I'm looking at him, comes to me. Disney really said Ohana means, never mind. The live-action Lilo and Stitch completely guts the original message. There you go. So I'll splice those together, hopefully with the actual content that we talk about.
Oh.
So we'll see how that works. I think that's kind of a fun way to start the show. Get everybody like excited about what's coming next.
Don't need those hooks anymore. I can enlarge the screen.
Don't need them.
There we go.
Get rid of that. You don't need that anymore. All right, let's get into the actual stuff. Here's me as a mermaid. There's some AI. People still hate the AI, but I love it. I don't care. Let's see. Let's start with the turtle story. So people have started getting their Super 7 2003 turtles. The reviews, I think, are fairly positive. I've seen some negatives about like the quality of the plastic. Like the joints are a new design, but not really, because they are double jointed. But it seems, at least from the review I watched, that what Super 7 did was take their single jointed, like the engineering of the single joints, and then just like put them back to back to make two, which was a choice. So I did pre-order mine, so they should be here someday. I don't know when Amazon is getting theirs. Someday I'll have them. Unless I don't. Sometimes when you order from Amazon, they just send you like, a turkey baster in the box or something. So, Mad Hatter, we've talked to him before. He's the gentleman behind Scalpor, or what's the guy's name? Flipor. Has that shipped yet? I feel like that's not shipped, but I feel like it's close. Like they have prototypes or something. Oh, I wonder. He's got to deal with those tariffs. Everyone deals with that. Anyway, he got the turtles. He did a review. It was pretty positive. But there's one thing. And this is like a pet peeve I have about when people talk about this era of Ninja Turtles, because he said in his review that he didn't think the bodies really matched the artwork. And then the artwork he showed as an example was the key art you can see right here. So key art is artwork that is created independently of the actual animation that's used for marketing. And for whatever reason, the artwork they created for this show is slightly wrong, like slightly off from the actual cartoon, and it's always bothered me. Even on the packaging for these figures, they use the key art because that's what you have to do. That's the licensor approved art. And you can see on the box front right here. But it's just not from the cartoon. I don't know why. But I put these 4 pictures together. You can see the top row. This is the key art. This is used in marketing. But these are stills from the actual cartoon. So the toys that Super 7 made look just like the cartoon, but they don't look like the key art. And that's correct. Like Super 7 did it correctly.
Right.
So
whereas,
when people
Playmates use the key art for that original line and then never went back to it.
So that's a whole other thing. So we've never really gotten the full story on that, but I think those original Playmates figures for this series were based on the original pitch for the show, which was more comic book, like looked more like the comic book art. Yeah. And then they went in a totally different direction. Because if you look at those, you can find some artwork out there for the original pitch for the show that looks very much, I feel like the toys. So the toys are wrong, the key art is wrong, but the actual animation in the show is one of my favorite looks for the Turtles, and the Super 7 figures nail that. So these are perfect. Artwork be damned, these figures are perfect, and I don't want to hear anybody saying they're not. So the bummer with these is that they were sculpted by this guy, Kyle, who you can follow on Instagram, and Kyle was one of the people let go by Super 7 last week or the week before. So it's like, damn, like how bittersweet your toys come out and then you're out of a job. So that's shitty.
That is shitty.
Obviously he's a very talented guy and he's not going to have trouble getting another job, but like he's done so much for the company. Like the Turtles weren't the only thing he had been doing. Like he worked on a lot of these lines, but there's another, I think I was listening to another podcast. I think it was Toy Anxiety, who I've been listening to a lot lately. I do enjoy them. And they were talking about Super 7 and the history of Super 7. And actually they were talking to the guy behind the Toy Collector magazine. So he had some he had some inside info. And he was saying basically like Super 7 had a cash flow problem. Like they had to get liquid real fast. And the easiest way to do that is to clear off your employees, like to have fewer paychecks going out. So like, in the letter, I think I have the letter that Super 7 penned where he really blamed the tariffs for having to lay off 47% of his staff, which is a crazy number. It's like, how are you still operating? You got rid of half your people. But he really lays this at the feet of the tariffs. And sure, this set of turtles came in when the tariffs were at their highest point, like 140% or something ridiculous like that. So like they had to pay that, and they just like had to have money. So they like fired all these people, and it's not like they were like, let's find the people that are doing the worst job. They're probably like, who's making the most money, fire them. Like, we just need money to exist. Like, if Super 7 wants to exist, like, we just need money. I don't care where it's coming from. So like, that's a terrible situation to be in. And like, they obviously they could not prepare for the tariffs, but they could have had money they could have had resource. Like, it's just a terrible situation.
You sound baffled right now. Baffled.
It's just like, it should not have come to this.
No.
But it is happening, because then you have a company like Diamond Select Toys who's gone. They got sold off. Diamond got sold off to NECA's parent company.
Right.
And then it was announced that Diamond Select Toys is just donezo. They're just dissolved. So what happens to those licenses, like the Muppets?
Sure. I saw also Gentle Giant is going on like a hiatus. Did you see that?
So, okay, so this is another confusing thing. Gentle Giant exists as two different entities. There's like Gentle Giant Limited and then Gentle Giant someone else. So it's like, I'm not sure what is included in the Gentle Giant that is stopping. I'm not sure if like they make the toys.
Yeah.
Because they were interviewing, someone was interviewing someone from the Gentle Giant that's going to stick around. And they're like, we do this for the other Gentle Giant. Like, we do the prototyping. So it's not clear. There's a lot of confusion in my head everywhere.
Is the Green Giant okay, though?
Green Giant is he still like a current marketing thing?
Yeah.
They still, like, he's on the cans?
I think he's on the cans, but I don't think the canned vegetable companies put him on any, like, there's no like media.
Right. He's not he's not a big like standees. I was at a like a town like if Etsy was a yard sale, I was at that. And they had this giant stuffed Green Giant piece of marketing, but they wanted like hundreds of dollars for it.
Shame on them.
I don't even want. No, get that out of here.
God.
Yeah. I feel
like
like marketing.
You were like a craft fair or something like that.
I was at a craft fair, but like the person selling it like has an eBay store, so they just have all this sort of like unique things, unique toys.
Sure.
Or not even toys, just things. Just stuff. It's just stuff. Yeah. So Super 7 technically still a company. We want them to do well. Hopefully things get better for them and they can bring people back. But
for less money?
Well, no, it's like they just sort of have to right the ship and like have these lines do well. And if the tariffs already dropped, at least for the next 72 days or whatever. So it's like they can make more money now, but they had to pay so much money to get these turtles in. Like 100, like it's 100, it was whatever, 150% tariffs or whatever. Like, I don't know what the actual dollars and cents of what they had to pay the docks were, but it was a lot of money just to get their toys.
They should just be happy to get one turtle. They don't need 4 turtles. They should just be happy to get one turtle.
Give us one body and 4 heads. Just give us that little 4-pack.
No.
Send us an IOU, like an early bird. Everything should just be early bird now. Send us cardboard stands for where the figures will eventually be. It's just a crazy time. So I'm trying to think what else Super 7 has coming up, because they lost the Disney license, which included The Simpsons. So no more of that.
Right.
They're doing Turtles. They announced the next set of the 2003 Turtles, which is Shredder, Splinter, Casey, and a Foot Soldier. Those have been solicited. Like, you can pre-order those, so that's good. Hopefully, I mean, that doesn't mean they're going to happen. That just means they want them to happen. We've seen Super 7 have to cancel stuff like that. The Madame Woe from the Power Rangers line, the White Tiger Zord, from the Power Rangers line. And then, do you remember they were going to do Rescuers for the Disney line?
Yes.
But those were priced way too high because you're just a little mouse, and a little
Teensy
girl.
tiny.
So people were not on board with that. That Disney line just baffled people because you hear Disney and you're like, yes, we're going to get the best version of Mickey ever. We're going to get best version of Goofy and Donald. But that's not what Super 7 either was allowed to do or wanted to do. So I think the communication there was not good. People got their hopes up for certain things that Brian never intended to do. The same thing with The Simpsons. We're like, yeah, we're going to get the whole core family. And it's like, whoa, has 7 versions of Homer. What? Who's this guy? What are we doing here? Radioactive Man. Who is the eccentric billionaire character that they made?
Hank Scorpio?
Made Hank Scorpio, but they didn't make Marge. Think about that for a second. That really tells you everything you need to know. The other funny thing about Super 7 in that conversation with the toy collector guy on Toy Anxiety, he was like, what is Super 7's motto? Do you know what Super 7's motto is?
Isn't it we make toys? Is it something along the lines? We make the toys that we wanted,
that they didn't make.
They didn't make,
We make the toys that we wanted that they never made. And he's like, that's a terrible business strategy. Like, there's a reason they didn't make those toys. That's the worst business strategy ever. But Super 7 started out as sort of this like counterculture, like we're making what we want in low quantities. Right. And then they became like one of the big companies. Like, they acquired all these licenses, but they didn't want to change how they did business.
No, they were like boutique toys.
Yes, exactly. That's what they were. But then they got fucking Ninja Turtles and Disney, and they still wanted to be boutique, and like that was never gonna work. So they got to kind of like figure out what they're gonna be, and if they want to keep going this way. It's like hard to put the toothpaste back in the tube. It's like, you're a big company now. You're well known. Do you want to go back to being a little company, or do you want to like work the same way that big companies work? A lot of choices to be made. Decisions to be made.
Yeah.
People were also getting Marvel Legends, Maximum Marvel Legends Hulk, and not super positive. I haven't seen anyone be like, yes, this is my definitive Hulk. I'm glad I bought this. I've seen a lot of like, well, there's better ones, or it's like, I don't really like this about it. Sure. It's kind of weird how the torso is gummy, and then like there's a lot of gaps when you move him around. He doesn't have quite as much range of movement as some of the previous Hulks.
Like, I think this one minimum Hulk.
Minimum Hulk, yeah. So that sucks, but I don't think this is like a shock, because we saw that Hasbro fan events where they were showing him off.
Yeah.
And you know, as soon as we saw the 3 heads and how there wasn't like a default generic Hulk head, it was kind of like, what are we even doing here? Like, why are we being so weird about this Hulk?
Right. Why are we being super 70 about Hulk?
Yeah, why are we being so super 70? What are we doing? We're learning the wrong things here. This line is weird to me because, first of all, I don't need to pay $50 for an American released Spider-Man. Like, the Spider-Mans you've made for $25, even less at times, were fine. Like, I don't feel like the value was there. So then you do Hulk, and like, okay, it's a bigger figure, that's fine. Like, usually the Hulk, or you know, occasionally the Hulk is a build-a-figure, so you know, okay, maybe the value's there, but then they make them even more expensive in most cases, and that's like, okay, well, not great. So where do you see this line going? Like, what's a character they can do, and what do they put in there? What do they pack in there to make it worth the money?
I mean, it's a good question. It is. It's just like,
it's a good
I
question.
mean, if it's like, God. I mean, I was impressed back with the Toy Biz days when Morph came with three additional heads. I was like, yes, this is great.
Well, that very first Toy Biz
Morph.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice Cyclops,
Oh,
Wolverine, unmasked Wolverine.
Yeah, Angry Morph.
Well,
yeah, it was great.
People have been speculating that they're going to do Captain America. Like, they're doing the big names. But, like, what do? You give them, like, 12 shields? Like, what can you do that makes it worth it?
God.
You make us a Wolverine? All right. Well, we have lots of good Wolverines now. You
Plenty
give them a bunch
Wolverines.
of heads?
Oh,
like,
sure.
Right.
Oh,
I don't know.
Go. No, it's tough because, I mean, the license has been around forever.
Right.
And it's like, how do you improve? And where do you go from there? It's like, do you start making them with internal articulation and cut out the visible seams of the actual articulation and be like, well, these are going to be crap in 10 years, but whatever.
Like the Bespin Luke and Vader that Hasbro
Oh,
made,
yeah.
like, but they were larger.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know that you could do, like, rubber...
You can't.
Metal skeletons at this scale. I'd like to see what I would try. I didn't think you could do cloth goods or soft goods. Mezco has proved you can.
Well, they'll do like Ultimate Deadpool, but that seems odd too. Like
it's just like it's stuff. Like just make accessory packs at that point.
Right. There's very few. I'd say these are tent pole characters that have to be in this line no matter what. They can't be like something like Long Shot or Strife or something like that. They have to be...
I mean, what they could do is maybe there are characters that lend themselves to needing like the extra real estate in the box, like a larger character, like a Juggernaut or something.
Sure.
Or someone that has a motorcycle or some sort of accessory. But like they've done rider sets before. Like that doesn't need to be a maximum set. I think what they should have done, and like Star Wars does with Black Series, and maybe the Vintage too, is what's it called? Pipeline? They like tell you what they're working on, but they just show you a picture.
Reveals? Yes, yeah, it's actual like
I think
still
that
from other media.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would have helped with this. So it's like we can know what this line is going to be. It's like, do I need to invest now because eventually I'll want a complete collection?
Right.
Well, or is it like,
not only
you're
that,
doing another
you can
Venom?
gauge
Well,
excitement
I don't really need
from
that.
too. I don't need that. Yeah. You get, and then they're like, well, we're going to cancel that, or we're going to postpone it until demand's there.
That's true. Yeah, they can take the temperature of the fandom. But they didn't do that. And maybe they don't know. Maybe they're taking this one at a time to see how it does and adjusting. And that, that's a strategy too. Like see how well Hulk does and okay, well people don't like this or they want more of that. Maybe we'll try that. Like I don't know. So, we'll wait to see what comes next. My money's on Cap just because I've heard some rumblings about or like some Hasbro people have been asked about his shield and like they're like the next time you get the shield there'll be multiple shields and like one of the shields won't have holes in it because all the shields they put out recently have like a clip-on something. Or it's like half a shield has been destroyed.
It's going to be a die-cast shield. Ooh,
that would be nice with magnets. That could be fine.
That's okay.
They really need to get creative. I think that's what we need. We need to be more creative with these figures and like stuff you can't just get from older figures. Have you been able to track down your retro collection for A New Hope?
No. And this is one of those. This was released, or not so much released, but put up on pre-order where I actually thought I had pre-ordered it, so I had to check to see if it was going to get canceled, and I never pre-ordered it in the first place. But yeah, so no loss there. I wasn't one of those few that was like, oh man, they canceled my pre-order. But now I'm like,
maddening.
I wish I could find this.
Well, it's on clearance now, apparently. At least at this store, half off.
Sure.
So I would definitely pick it up for that price.
Yeah, no, I mean, if anybody sees it, I will happily give you my home address, or at least my father-in-law's address, so you can send it to him.
You can meet up at the local Target, trade it off.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Is this a Target problem, or is this a Hasbro supply issue?
Well, Target's getting them. There's that.
But why did they cancel it? What happened there?
I mean, it could just be like a keystroke issue from their inventory and be like, nope, cancel that.
Somebody fat-fingered the wrong
button.
We
see stuff like this happen all the time with like Walmart pre-orders. Like there's always something. There's always some shenanigans with pre-orders. You should never trust pre-orders.
Well, what else can you do? You can't pre-order from somewhere else if it's an exclusive. This is your only
fair.
avenue.
Right.
Yeah. Did you get that it was like vintage figures, but they were painted like the original characters, and it came with that cantina cardboard backdrop?
No, I did see that. That was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive.
Apparently that sold out really quick, so I didn't know if you were going to
sure.
try for it.
I should have. I don't pay attention enough anymore to this stuff. That's the problem. I'm like casually out, as it were.
Yeah.
It's
too
too expensive, and it is too much work.
It's definitely too expensive.
It's too much work. I mean, you and I were collecting before social media, and it just seems like you and I were collecting based off of like website finds and and forums and things like that, and then we'd go out and say, "Oh, here it is." Now it's like everybody with a phone can just go out and be like, "Look what I found," and then that just creates an army of people looking for the same thing, and then you have these people who are in like a Target 8 times a day doing like Instacart as a living, so they can check all day long and make connections, and it's like a guy like me, 2 kids, a job, and no time to get to the Target as much as I used to.
I just don't know if there's anything being made that I care about enough that I would put the effort in that would be required. It's like you have to make friends with the people that work there.
Right.
Grease the wheels a little bit. I'm just like, I'm not, like, I'd rather overpay
than
you
and I
put in all this
both
effort.
have come to the conclusion that we don't want to be those guys who ask to see if there's anything in the back. That's the thing.
That is where I would do it if it was for something my kid wanted. Like, I'm not against it, but like for something I want, I don't want to inconvenience the person, and I don't because I go to these same stores so often. I don't want to be like known as a guy. Like, oh, here's that guy again. It's like if I was gonna do it, I want to save it for something really important.
Yeah,
and
I'm at the point. If I find something and it excites me, and that's it, there we go. I'll get my rush from finding it in the wild without any aid, as it were.
Yeah. It's so nice to find something, just walk in and come upon it. Like, oh, wow, that's cool. I mean, when I can get a pre-order in, like when I got the Superman from GameStop and all the other ones were sold out, I was like, cool. Like, that's exciting.
Right. I mean, I walked in the Target the other day and they had 2 of the Playmates, the Jack Specific Marge and Maggie sets, and I was like, oh, that's easy to find now. Never mind.
That was great.
Yeah.
I still need Millhouse. I think you still need Millhouse.
No, I have Millhouse.
Oh, you got Millhouse?
I did.
Someone posted a photo of another set of the little ones showing up at Five Below.
Okay.
The set that has like it has the Bart with the Camp Krusty hair and whatever is this. Like I saw that Bart.
Comic book
Target,
guy and
comic book guy, maybe
Simpson.
Abe.
Yeah. Yep.
One of the kids, maybe. So I'll have to start going back to that Five Below. They were still pretty well stocked. Millhouse is the little one. Yeah. Yeah, I like those. Somebody showed a 6-pack or like a multi-pack, maybe 8-pack of like 2 of the
Mexican
series
exclusive.
packaged together. Is that Mexican exclusive?
Yes.
I wish they would do that. I would like to buy them like that. Keep them. That would be easier to display.
Right.
All right. Well, that's good. We got more to talk about, but we're going to take a quick break, resets, and we'll be right back. Spin Master, they still have the DC license through this year, and I think half of next year. And they are putting out some stuff for the new Superman movie, which is just called Superman, right? There's no, like, Dawn of Justice or, like...
No, it's just Superman.
Subtitle. It's just Superman. I think that's the way to go. Superman has not returned. He's been here the whole time. They did this fun commercial for this kid set where he fights a kaiju, and then you punch him in the neck, and all his belly bursts open, and blue stuff comes out. Got that slime in there that kids love. And there's the Green Lantern,
but he
with
reloads
his bowl cuts. I guess you can like feed him his guts. He comes back to life. I wonder how well these toys will do with kids. Do you think kids are gonna care about Superman? Do kids care about anything?
I want to bring my son to see it. Kids.
Yeah.
What did I hear? The term I heard today. So I think our oldest fall under Gen Alpha now.
Yeah.
As the generations go, and it was a TikTok, and they were talking to their Gen Alpha sister, and the Gen Alpha sister said, "I don't watch plot-based media," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's just my kids." It's just.
It's funny they can recognize. Where it's like, no, I feel like the story's going somewhere. I can't watch this. I can't get invested.
Right. Well, so this was someone like born in like 2012. So they're a little older. They're, they're not like our 8-year-olds. They're like our, the 12, 13-year-olds. But they're like, I don't subscribe to plot-based media.
What even is
like,
that?
oh, okay.
Why would you admit that? That sounds like you're an
so
idiot.
So
I don't
like YouTube,
stories in my stories.
If you watch the guys that play like Minecraft, on there, there's no plot to it. They're just doing things like that.
I guess. But isn't that like an insult you would say to someone where it's like this is mindless activities?
Yeah,
like it's nothing.
I just call it
nothing.
Garbage. I call it garbage to my kids all the time. I'm like, this is garbage.
You're watching a lava lamp. There's nothing will ever resolve here. It's just I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there is some equivalent. Like it's us on our phones scrolling. Like that's the equivalent of that. There's no story.
Their brains are
just
so
like
effed. I'm sorry.
I mean, we're done. I mean, chat. Are we cooked? Like as a society? Like absolutely. Between that, I mean, everything wrong that could have happened with the generations is happening at once.
Yeah.
The internet.
What is that? What is that?
Us.
The VO3? What is this? The VO3?
The Google thing?
Yeah.
With the AI?
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's the end.
God damn.
Because it looks real. It's real.
It looks real
People
enough.
Think it's
it looks
real.
real enough. Yeah.
It looks real. And if you're watching it on a computer screen,
give it a week.
It looks
real.
real.
Look Jesus.
People have been doing it, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, that could be real. There's nothing in there where I'm like, this is obviously not real.
Did you see the AI Lord of the Rings trailer in the Ghibli style?
I didn't see that.
That was done in AI for $250, and it just replicates the animation style and just uses audio from the movie.
Where did the money go?
I think obviously like the programs, it costs money to like purchase the programs.
Oh, you have to get special programs. Yeah, I mean, This is obviously the future of everything. Like movies, are you kidding me? Like movies are made by people who want to make money. Like the studio system is not set up for like, oh, let's make art. It's like, let's make fucking money. We can make a movie for $250 and it can generate millions of dollars. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Yeah, I mean, we're done.
The president's signing executive orders banning deep fake porn. That's at the forefront of the argument here.
I mean, it should be like that.
Sure, fair enough.
Obviously, I don't take anything he does at face value, but that would be a good start. But no, there's no way that. I'm sure there's something in there where it's like, only if you use the Trump meme coin can you get away with it. There's this, not to get into politics too much, but it's like, it's ridiculous. It's at this point, like it's a comedy. Like we're all gonna die. Let's laugh at how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, right.
There is something in the budget bill that, basically strips out Medicaid and Medicare or whatever. Yeah. But they want to have $1,000 for every baby born will go into this Trump stock market account. So basically they're artificially pumping up the stock market because they're just giving this fantasy money to the stock market. And it's like, wait a minute, that's not real money. Like, where is that coming from? What are you talking about? $1,000? Just give that to the parents. There was a time there where we were getting money per child.
Yeah.
To help pay for these children. I don't know. These people out there that don't have kids, I don't know if you know this, but kids are very expensive. Daycare, diapers, formula. Like, oh, why aren't people having babies anymore? It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's because there's no money for that.
There's no money. They can barely take care of themselves.
They can barely take care of themselves. Nobody can buy a house. My good Lord. Like, every day I look at like my 2 healthy children in my home and all my toys. And I'm like, God damn, like this, I won the lottery. This is it. Like, this is the height of being lucky in this day and age. Like, I can't expect both, anymore.
My friend. Yeah,
for
no
real.
Kidding.
Yeah, I am satisfied.
God.
Like, it's, you people are like, I want more. I want $1 million. I want a yacht. It's like, no, I just want to be healthy. Like, I don't want anything else. I'm not getting greedy. Just keep letting me have what I have. The #1 action figure talk show in the world. That's all I want. I'm right there. Right after toy anxiety. No, but I don't even know what we're talking about. Superman. We need Superman. Save us, please. Save us, please, Superman. Everyone gets one. Well, Spin Master. I never know if it's plural or not. I think it's not. I think it's just one master that's being spun. I question so much sometimes what these companies decide to do, because they are doing like they did with the Batman. It's like a Batman movie legacy line. This one is for Superman.
Right.
So you get your Superman, you get your Lois, you get your Luthor with his removable hair. You get 2 versions of Superman's dad, and then you get one of the friends that get. Well, that's the thing.
The
Why?
Ghost one. Okay,
Who the fuck is gonna buy
2
this
Marlon
shit?
Brandos. I mean,
it's like one's a variant, maybe. I don't know.
Of course, no. One is
General Zod. Yes.
It's General Zod. I mean, I could have rattled those all off for you, but you get what is it? Jor-El? No, it's
you get Jor-El. You get him in white. You get him in black.
Well, Jor-El's the white one is the Fortress of Solitude one, and the
Jor-El in black is like still alive.
The prologue. He's the prologue version.
I don't know what that word means. It means it comes before
the log. Yeah,
before the
prologue and the epilogue.
Or it's like you got the prologue, you got the anti-log.
That's why everyone's always like, "Oh, the epilogue was so great."
Yeah,
it's like, oh, the epilogue. The epilogue for Andor is Rogue One. Oh, yeah, of course.
That's true. I rewatched Rogue One after finishing Andor. I didn't like it as much as I liked Andor. Is that because of the directing of it? It just wasn't as satisfying. It's not the same director. It's the same creator. Yeah.
It's the same,
I got confused by that too.
Yes.
The guy that's doing the next Jurassic World directed it.
Yeah.
I just feel like movies don't work in terms of telling stories because you don't have enough time. And like there was that character of the spy. Is that what they called him? The spy? Or the pilot?
Oh, the pilot. Yeah.
They called him the pilot.
Yeah, he was the pilot.
I kept waiting for them to be like, I guess they were kind of like, we don't trust you, but it did just sort of seem convenient that he's like, I switched sides. Here's all this information. Like, it just seemed too convenient for the story, where I feel like everything in Andor was earned, and there wasn't anything where like, here's a MacGuffin to get you going.
I've just been jamming out to the Mon Mothma music.
Oh, from her party, where she's just like
rave music.
She's like, I just sent my best friend to die. La la la. Yeah. I also thought it was so funny when she pops up, because I was like, oh, that's right. She was there. But I will say that I watched A New Hope last night when you stood me up to record. And
I fell asleep.
I feel like that watching Andor really helps me place the events right at the start of that movie. Because I was always sort of like, what the hell is going on here? Like, they're just pulling Leia. It's like, what are you talking about, Galactic Senate? Like, what is all this shit? But now I have so much context for what was going on.
Yeah.
It really helped.
Right.
It really helped.
It does help. You know, it like puts they dissolve the Imperial Senate, and then they're like, well, what will we do without the bureaucracy? And they're like, the regional governors will handle their local systems. It's like, oh yeah, space politics.
Yeah. It is so funny when they're at that table, and they're talking about serious stuff, and Vader's like, well, the Force. And like they're like, God damn, this guy in the Force. Like, shut the fuck up about the Force. Like, we're building a big fucking gun here. Like, the Force. What are you talking about?
Force hasn't existed for 20 years. Lord Vader.
You idiot. You big stupid robot man. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, that was wild. That whole, like, George really put together. Like, I don't think, like, maybe now he sort of gets the respect for crafting this story, but like, it's something there. And I know he had a lot of help refining it. It's not like completely.
Oh yeah, no, that's
but
true.
Like the team, it was a miracle that this movie came together and was not like a disaster. Like I feel like it's so like. If you left like one scene in there of something silly, I feel like the movie still could have been a disaster.
No,
but it
was one of those things. They've always said historically it came at the perfect time.
Right. Yeah.
Perfect time.
I do wonder if it never happened, what the world would be and what would fill that void, or maybe there just would not be anything. Like what? That's a butterfly effect thing that I would like to follow. Not like if the Beatles never existed. Like what if Star Wars never existed? What would this world be? Better? Worse? The same?
My basement would look very different.
It would look very different.
Oh.
It would look very different.
The hell?
We'd all be collecting Buck Rogers, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah,
something
my wife would be like,
that place.
Oh my God, there's so much.
You just be a normal friend.
Working your normal friend. You would have never been introduced to the Star Wars. What the hell would have happened to you?
Well, I lived however many years that was, 10, 12 years. Not knowing about Star Wars other than Muppet Babies. So
you'd have been fine. I would have been
fine. We all would have been fine. No, I mean maybe. Who's to know? Last week, you went on a whole tirade about how there's no Chief Brody merchandise for this Jaws 50th anniversary.
Now, all of a sudden there's a lot that I'm looking at. Staring at a duck.
Tubbs, the company, the cosplaying duck, told you to go duck yourself because they put out pictures of this little mini duck set. Is this the mayor with his little suit here?
That's the mayor.
And that's Chief Brody with I love a duck smoking a cigarette. Doesn't get any better. That's something. That. I wonder if these glasses are on scale with like 6-inch figures, because that actually would be pretty good.
So these are like mini ducks. So are these the duck? That's Mayor Vaughn. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the mini set because they make a boat for it, so you can put all the ducks.
Are these in scale with the ones that you would get at like Five Below?
I do think so. I do think that's the scale, because they're a little less like. They're more like straight. Their pose is more straight. Like their arms are just back. Yeah. Like
I wish the boat. I wish the orca was also a duck. Like yeah. Should all missed opportunity.
It should all be a duck because the shark is a duck, which is my favorite. Shark is a duck. When they make it like a costume and the duck's in the costume. That's my favorite thing they do. Like a Slimer, he looks like that too. Very fun.
You're gonna need a bigger duck.
They're going to need a bigger duck. These are the bigger ones because you can see their arms are posed like they're doing stuff. And then the giant shark. Yeah. These are great. I love them. Bucket. They're just too much. Wow. They cost too much. But they're fantastic. And if Tubbs would like to send us some to review, we would not turn you down. While we're talking about movies from the 80s, or is that 70s?
Jaws was the 70s. Nope, it was 50 years ago. It came out. Yep, 1975.
Oh, that's right. That's math. I forgot about that math. When did E.T. come out?
1982.
There you go. So the very late 70s E.T. came out. So this is weird. This is one of the weirder things that I've seen this week. The company Lush is making a bath bomb shaped like E.T., and wrapped up in a blanket, and then a little base here that's like the basket for the bicycle.
Sure.
And a bath bomb, if you're not familiar, is this thing that you place in a tub, and it dissolves, and then you have like bubbles and whatever.
You have like minerals and like oils and everything all contained in the bath bomb.
Oh, wow. Expert over here.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk bath bombs. Well, they did a collaboration with Ninja Turtles, I think, maybe last year.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is a thing?
Ninja Turtle, this is the Lush gets into the collaborations. Oh, yeah.
Wow. But it's still funny because you won't have this figure after you put over the water. He'll just be gone. You just have.
Well, that's like anything. I mean, I remember back in the day. I remember like during the 90s, we had Bart Simpson chalk, and it was like a full-on...
Oh.
Do you remember Bart Simpson chalk? It was full-on sculpted chalk.
Little points
and it looked
on
just
his
like
hair.
Bart Simpson. Points on the hair and everything. And then who the hell would want to use that as a chalk base?
Well, I think if they make like erasers now, and like
I've got
figural erasers, and you're gonna use it.
Oh sure. Well, that was when you knew Star Wars went too far back in the 80s. Was they were making the erasers for Return of the Jedi? Everyone had those.
Oh sure.
Yeah, I mean, I have bars of soap from Star Wars from like 1981 all the way to 84. Star Wars soap never used.
Oh God.
Yeah. Right.
You should do a video where you use it. Is it worth a lot?
No.
It's not. Well then, yeah, just get rid of it.
You should look up while you're doing your searching there. Look up the Krang. I forget what it was called. It was legitimately Krang.
The
like
bomb?
Krang and Lush. It wasn't a bath bomb. They have some other kind of thing there.
Shower jelly.
Shower jelly.
Oh,
and I don't know what the hell it is.
It's a shape of Krang, a brain, and arms.
Right.
But but it comes in like a little tin. So what do you do with it?
But he's like goop. You throw it in there.
Parts of him?
I don't know if you take parts of them. You let them dissolve. You rub them all over your body. I don't know what you do with them.
This company is wild.
I never got over to Lush. It's in the mall. You'll have to get over there. Get your ET bath bomb.
Oh, I see the turtles here. This is crazy.
Yeah.
We're not a bath household. Are you a bath household?
My kids are hybrid bath shower. I'm a shower.
You're a shower. Yeah, I always thought baths were gross.
Oh yeah.
Like you're just marinating in yourself.
Sure.
I also remember from Boy Meets World where he made that product where it's like the brick, like bath brick or something, because it's like a bath takes up too much water. I've always tried to do the math, and I'm like, you're telling me that a bath takes more water than a shower where the water's constantly running? Like, is that true?
It depends on the length of shower. I mean, my wife takes a 30-minute shower. So does my son. Just let the water run.
That's too long. You got to check on him.
Well, we're on well, so it doesn't matter. But
fair.
I remember as a kid, I loved the bath because we had those little foam blocks that would adhere to the side of the tub. Mm-hmm. And I would like bring my toys in there and I would just play against the wall of the tub, make like little scenes.
You make a little like like in Mario, he has the row of bricks.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or like Donkey Kong, you keep going up. It's fun.
Right.
No, I don't really remember. I remember showers. I don't remember bath. So yeah, not a bath household. It's gross. All right, so that's a thing. E.T. All right, popcorn buckets. Jurassic World. I'm getting excited for it. I'm the toys. They're making me want to buy them.
Okay.
My theater has this whole display of unsold popcorn buckets from previous movies, and they're like 50% off. There's a lot of them. There's like Oz, what's that movie? Wicked. Bunch of Wicked ones. There's the
is this one in there?
Moana. The alien is not in there.
Oh, there it is. Ah!
It's a Regal though, so I don't know if that was AMC.
This was Regal.
Oh, it was Regal. Okay, no, I did not see that one. So this one is fun. This is for I don't know which one this is. This is like a little containment unit with a tiny dinosaur in there, and then this is a drink. This is where you put your drink. It almost looks like an old cell phone or something.
Oh, sure.
Very fun. Very fun. Although I would say the dinosaur looks more like
smallest amount of popcorn filled. Yeah.
Smallest amount of popcorn. You cannot. Why even bother putting the popcorn in there? You can't fit anything. They're doing a big T-Rex head for $30, which looks nice.
Is that a popcorn bucket or is that something else?
It does say it's a popcorn. It does say it's popcorn.
Okay.
Bucket. That's all it says.
Jaws has a popcorn bucket coming out too.
With the articulated mouth. That looks nice.
Yeah.
AMC's doing a Footprint, which this should just be free. It should be like cheap plastic because this is good for like divvying up your popcorn because it doesn't look very deep.
Yeah,
like,
they should be just putting that under the seats and being like, look under your seat and there's a thing for you. Yeah, because those just like you can set those in like 50 at a time because it's just like stack them out.
Right. Yeah, it
Oh,
should not
they
be.
would have been 20 years ago. That would have been free.
Yeah, they would have given
With
us. That would have been free. I know. This is just showing off the
Lots of smoke.
Ooh, some nice music. Lots of smoke. Product does not smoke. I would just never put my drink in this thing unwashed.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Look at that tiny amount of popcorn, like nothing. And then you got to reach in around the dinosaur. They're clearly just blowing the smoke from the side. Like this is I don't know. I don't know why there's news clippings. It's really strange. But I do like the look of that one. It's fun. Oh, that dinosaur is so tiny. What a weird dinosaur. Are you excited for this movie? You gonna see it opening weekend?
I'll have to. I mean, they could just keep pumping out the It's like you and I have talked about in the past. Like, what other dinosaur property could ever exist besides Jurassic Park? Anything.
I do feel like it has a stranglehold on the dinosaurs in present day genre. I'm cautiously optimistic about this because I do like that they're like going.
Yeah,
I do like that they're doing like the hybrid.
I just like seeing the big dinosaurs on the screen at this point.
You just like
I don't
seeing
care
the
about
dinosaurs.
the plot. I don't
no,
care
I need
about
the story. You don't care about the story like this Gen Alpha
stories.
kids.
The story is so absurd.
I do want a story.
I can't even figure out what the deal is with the story. I can't even figure out what's going on with the story. It's like they need the 3 biggest dinosaurs in order to save millions of people.
They need the DNA.
It's like there's like some kind
they need the dinner from the 3 biggest to save everyone for the vaccine that they definitely won't take. But, I mean, it's clearly just a trick to get them on the island, right? Like, it's always just a trick. Every movie, that's the plot. They just trick these people to get them to the island and steal a dinosaur.
There's a military element, but then there's a family element. You're like, how did they get there?
Well, somebody said that Jurassic World is just like the Fast and the Furious now, and we know that's all about family.
Yeah. True.
Normally, I would say I don't like the hybrid dinosaurs, but I do like them in this case because they're like they fucked up, and this is like they like, oops, we gotta hide these. Yep. Like they look real messed up.
Freakosaurus Rex.
I think that's a fun direction to go with it because, like, yeah, like you think the first try it's gonna be good. Like, oh look, we made this, course. No problems.
Right. And this is like
how many versions did you go through?
So wait, is this like a continuation off of like the mistakes of Jurassic Park, or is it a continuation of like the mistakes from Jurassic World? Because they were like doing weird genetic manipulation on the Jurassic World side of things with like that Indominus Rex and everything.
Well, sure. So I think so in the trailer they say this is the island from the original Jurassic Park, I think.
Okay.
So that's how it's being set up.
It's lots of
Well, sure. Well, this is like where they put the ones that were too dangerous. That's what they say. Like, they're too dangerous for the park. We put them here. But I could very easily see it being from, like, their designer dinos that they made for Jurassic World. That's why it's called Jurassic World and not Jurassic Park. Right. I don't know. We'll see. I just hope the dialogue is not cringy, because in the trailer, that's my biggest worry is they're going to, like, take me out of it. I'm going to be rolling my eyes so hard. But we'll see. I'm still excited. Yeah. The toys look good. I like that new T-Rex. He looks very chonk. I like what they did with him.
I'm gonna wait. I was saying we're gonna wait for the Colossal D Rex.
Yeah, Colossal D. Thank you for finishing your sentence.
You're welcome.
I want a Hammond collection. I have that T-Rex. I love that toy. I wouldn't call it a figure. It's a toy.
I think I have 2 of those. I loved it so much.
Yeah,
I loved it on clearance. I loved it on clearance, and I loved it at full price. It was great.
Any way I can get them, give them to me. So in the toy world, employees within these companies are always trying to one-up each other. We see that with sculpting. We see that with packaging. I think there even are awards for toy packaging. So sometimes, especially with these San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, they'll try to be very creative with their packaging, and Jazzwares trying to be really creative here. So this is a 3-pack from their AEW archive line available on jazzwares.com. It's a 3-pack of wrestlers: Matt Hardy, Kenny Omega, Sammy Guevara, and this represents a moment in time back during 2020 where they were having a match that took place in the entire arena. It was not confined just to the ring. And at one point, Kenny Omega, Matt Hardy jumped into a golf cart and were trying to commit vehicular homicide on Sammy Guevara, and they actually hit him. So you can see the packaging here depicts Sammy Guevara on the hood of the golf car, and this is the packaging. Like the car is made of cardboard, but then there's like all this other plastic around.
It's interesting to see a figure technically out of the packaging.
He's out of the and yeah, you can see the little. So I guess we have kind of seen this when they were trying to do plastic free, and they would just have the window, like in Transformers. We see that a lot, but this isn't going to be sold in stores.
No, of course not. But I think this takes it like a little further than the plastic free stuff in the little window.
I think
that's just like it's a figure out of the package practically.
It is. It's very unique. So you can see the golf cart here. It is just all cardboard. It's
right
or origami or whatever you call that. So you know, rather than building this car out of plastic and making this set cost $100-something, it's only $60 for 3 figures and a cardboard car. I think that's fun. That's a fun way to do it. Get some play value there. Like,
oh, that's good. Okay, I thought you were like, no, this is garbage car.
Oh, I mean it is, but I think it's better than nothing. I think it's a fun, this wasn't going to be, I mean, like Jeremy was always tweeting like, oh, you guys want to see this? You want to see like one of the wrestlers' mom's vans? Like that was part of the show. He would always say like coming in this year. And that was 5 years ago. So the fact that they found a way to do it, props to them. Like this is very funny. I hope it does well. The problem is these characters the looks of these characters are so old. This exact Matt Hardy figure has been released before. Matt Hardy's not even with the company anymore. Sammy's just in jeans, which is not very dynamic. So it's like not the most interesting characters. I think people who are buying this are buying it for the golf cart, which is a weird thing to say.
That is.
But I hope it does.
But it's an exclusive for a reason. So.
Well, of course, because probably no Target or Walmart didn't want to sell it, so that's why it's an exclusive. Let's see what else. What? These tubes?
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
For sure.
So there's just a building on campus that has this, and I'm like, I sent a picture to my wife, and I was like, what is going on here? What possible explanation could there be for all these clear penises sticking out of this building?
Yeah, it's very
it's weird, right? It's very erotic. You usually don't see this many large clear penises together in one place.
Is it like a house of erotica? Maybe?
It's not. It's the biological sciences building, which I guess makes sense. These are biology. Yeah. But so
okay.
Now people
Thank you
know
for clearing that up.
They can source that. Again, if you want to follow me on Blue Sky, you can see all these things before we talk about them. I am at This Guy Collects. Bill, are you on anything?
Turn into a mermaid.
Can follow you?
No. I have to. I'm waiting for the kids. See, I think I'm at a turning point. I think in 3 months things are going to get a little better.
It's very ominous.
Well, like I'll have both kids in like a full day school. I won't have one kid, so I can kind of get a day back during the week.
Sure.
And it's tough to do things with
with
a kid in tow. Your day belongs to them. And it was
as it should. Yeah.
As it should, 100%. But like someone quoted something that was like earlier, and I keep muddling it around in my brain, and someone was like, these kids will be the death of me. And it's like, kids are the death of you. Like, they're the death of who you were, and you become something new. Well, no, it's the God's honest truth. You become something new. You become something new, obviously, and something better. You do. But like the person I was
if you think about
8 years ago is completely gone. Like we talk about what would I be without Star Wars? It's like, well, who would I be without kids? I'd probably still be the avid collector that I am, but I wouldn't have the same shared experiences. Not to get heady or anything like that, but it was just like it was very. I was like, they're like, these kids will be the death of me. And it wasn't as profound. It was just the person was like, oh my God, they're going to kill me. But then I was like, I took it one step further in my thinking, and I'm like, well, no, you do. You die as a person when you become a parent, or the person that you were, and you become something completely different.
But it's like a phoenix. The phoenix dies and then it rises again.
And then it rises again, of course.
Something better,
yes.
more meaningful.
Yeah.
And we say dies because it does die, but it's not a negative death. It's one of those positive deaths that you don't hear about so often.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
And it's not a physical death. It's a metaphysical. Yeah.
Because you never know, like I think that too, like who would I be right now if I didn't have my kids? Like I'd have more money, obviously. But what would that mean? What would I be doing with that money? Would I be as happy? Probably. Would I be as fulfilled? Who knows? Who knows? It's possible. I'll probably see more movies. But no, I wouldn't trade that. I wouldn't trade the kids for anything because, they collect toys too. So it's like I get to collect 3 different
They're so fun.
It's wonderful. They're so fun. And they're only kids for a little while too. Like eventually we'll get our lives back and we'll be like, I miss the kids. Why don't they call anymore? Why don't they beam in with AI? they send their friggin' AI avatars over. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Where are you right now? It's like Tony Stark sending his Iron Man suit to Peter Parker.
Exactly. It's exactly what it's going to be like. Yeah. I think even in Bluey, didn't they send like something in that final episode, or was the future? Maybe not.
No, I don't think so. Maybe they did.
I thought there was something weird where they had like a hologram or something. I don't know. I watched a different version of Bluey. It was on YouTube. All right, we got to talk about this. So the live action Lilo and Stitch cut came out on Friday. It's doing very well. It's going to break all sorts of records. Hot Toys making a very fun, articulated, furry version of Stitch, and he comes with some accessories. But I think this is a great figure. Like, I don't know how tall it is. I think it's like pretty accurate to how big. He's 39 centimeters. I still don't know how big that is. Can you do that conversion for me? Alexa, how big is 39 centimeters? I think it looks great. You said something weird. 1 foot 3 inches. So about a foot tall? That's all right. That's from the ears, though? That's kind of little. How's the big as my... I had this Stitch that I took from my son from when we did the hooks at the beginning.
Keep it clean. Jesus.
Got to clean. My son was very concerned. I mentioned this, but he was very concerned that I was going to get his plushie dirty. And I was like, he pulled it from like the bottom of a pile of other plushies, and he's concerned that I'm going to get it dirty. I think this looks fun. You said something weird, like you thought people are going to want to have sex with it or something. Is that what you said?
People do some weird stuff.
That?
No, I think I did mention that.
You people are into weird stuff. Yeah, I get that. But look how he's so fun there with his little mouth open. Sure. So that's fine.
Fun for somebody with his mouth open. Jesus.
Well, listen, my wife said she didn't like his mouth open. Like the popcorn buckets, there's one that looks just like this where he's sitting and he's flocked. Yeah. The popcorn buckets are flocked, but she doesn't like that you can see his teeth. But you can't really close the mouth completely on this Stitch. You can close it a little bit, but not all the way. Huh. The real story with Lilo and Stitch, the live action remake, is that Disney, in their infinite wisdom, has changed the ending of the movie. So if you've seen the original cartoon, you know that I was gonna say Moana means, what is it? What is the word? Ohana. Thank you. So if you've seen the original movie, you know that Ohana means family, and they still say that in the movie. But in the original, the older sister, faced with losing the little sister, she keeps her. She does not allow her to be taken away. In the new live action version, she's like, I'm just going to leave and go to college. You deal with whatever. Go with the neighbors. So she just abandons her little sister to go have adventures in the mainland, which I feel like is kind of the worst. And people have been having very strong reactions to this. I told this to my wife, and she almost started crying, but she had to pull it together and do this podcast. So, yeah, but then I posted this on another community.
Got her back in the hospital again. Then Jesus.
I know. Yeah.
I keep saying Jesus a lot. I gotta stop.
No, it's fine. It's not like he's not going to be summoned. He's not like Beetlejuice.
I said it 3 times.
You said Jesus 37 times. There he is. He's like, what do you need? Nothing. Get out of here, Jesus. I posted it on a community to discuss it, and some people said like, they're like, it worked for me. Like I saw it, it worked for me. It was more real. And I was like, fuck you guys,
sure.
fuck you guys. Like, what's wrong with you? That's not okay. This is the worst.
Nihilistic
what's wrong
view of the world. Oh, here it's grounded.
So crazy.
This is the Andor of Lilo and Stitch.
That's right. Yeah. They made it more realistic where she abandoned the child. Like, wait a minute. Why do we see movies? We're not seeing documentaries here.
So the giant whale is gone. The whale commander is gone.
Oh yeah,
and
like
then
the killer
the
whale
the two aliens tracking Stitch the whole way through are just played by human characters.
Right. Well, their alien forms are CGI, but they're not like aliens dressed in like, obvious.
But they're
get-ups.
they're like undercover, so it's like
right, and it doesn't cross dress like in the movie.
It doesn't cross dress.
No accent. And then there's a twist with like who the real villain is, because you still need a villain. If you take away the one villain, you still need a villain, so you got to make someone else a villain.
Villain is the
but it's made lots
Hawaii.
of money. It seems
Sure.
like they're gonna. It seems like they're gonna do a sequel, so maybe in the sequel they can tie up some of those loose ends. But
my wife tried to see it with the kids today, and then realized that you need to purchase tickets in advance.
It was sold out
during Memorial Day weekend, and it's like freezing
fair.
up here. So
that's crazy. It's almost June. It's cold up there. What's going on?
It quite literally is probably 47 degrees out right now.
Is the Earth okay? That seems wrong. That shouldn't be happening.
I don't know.
Have you checked on the Earth?
Have I looked? Have I?
Can you ask Jesus what's going on? Does he have any insight?
Jesus, what's your insight on Earth?
Do you think there are other planets? This is what I see. I don't. Let me think of how to say this. Do you think the people who believe in Jesus, like 100%, everything they say, do you think that Jesus and God like oversee other planets where there's life, or do religious people not think there is life on other planets? Like, how does that all shake out?
I feel like they think there is no life, and if there is, they need to meet Jesus. They need to meet God.
They need Jesus in their life.
They did a whole South Park like early on about that. Like,
you see this ball of light here? This is Jesus. He came back as a ball of lightning. I don't know. Somebody posted a TikTok inside a Walmart. This looks straight out of Ghostbusters.
It's either out of Ghostbusters or it's raving to that Mon Mothma song.
That's that, yeah. But what is this? I don't think this is CGI. I think this is something.
Killer Watt. It's Killer Watt from the real Ghostbusters.
That's right. Look at it. It comes. It's like smoking and just walks down the aisle.
Oh my god!
Someone needs to add like a shopping cart to it. Like he's just shopping. Like, what, a ball of light can't come to Walmart and shop?
It's the new.
I thought
Walmart
this was a free country.
Jeez.
I want to see a trap. Someone roll a trap out and catch this thing. Fun stuff. I think we covered everything. Let me check my textual notes and see if oh no, 2 weeks in a row we missed this. We did a hook for it too. We gotta talk about this.
Okay.
There's this company, Figures Toy Company. They're really weird because they allegedly use what I perceive, not confirmed, as stolen molds of Jakks wrestling figures from back in the day, and they've made. Are you going? Okay. Text me when you get there, I guess. Okay. I love you. Bye.
What?
I mean, it would just be different.
She's going to
pick her mom up. I know she's going to pick her mom up at the airport because her dad won't do it.
Oh.
So yeah, I could throw him under the bus. It's pretty bad. So the Figures Toy Company, it's a weird company. They make wrestling figures. They've done it for as long as Jakks has been in business because they basically stole the mold somehow from Jakks to make them. Allegedly, that's what I think. Just my opinion. But they're doing this new thing that's pretty interesting. They're making generic fan action figures. So if you do figure photography, you can populate your arenas with these characters. So they have a pretty diverse. There's like four packs, and they have a diverse clientele, I guess. But it's like there's one fat guy, there's one woman, there's one generic guy, and then there's one child character per set. So it's like they're all using the same body, and the heads are different, and the colors are different.
Yeah.
So you can buy them as 4-pack, you can buy them as single pack. But all the fat guys have sandals, which is very funny. They're all $20 per character, which is expensive. But they have like super articulation, but it's not like well designed. Like, look at the arm joints on this guy with his double jointed elbows. Like, it's pretty ugly.
Yeah.
And also, the sculpts are not realistic all. They look sort of like when NECA does the Toon Turtles.
Yeah.
They're very cartoony. But they're funny. And if you do figure photography, this would be pretty fun. So people have been talking about these. I don't know if they're like selling well because they're so expensive, but good on them for trying. Like we always applaud toy companies for trying something different. Like I almost would rather have this than a Maximum Hulk. So I don't know if that says more about the Hulk or about these, but I think they're fun. Maybe I'll get this fat guy with a hat. That's kind of cute. Look at this guy. He's looking at his phone. He's like, what happened? Is he texting this guy, this little kid? They're both like, whoa, what's going on? I think the phones are actually, you have to buy them separately in like a pack, like all these accessories. I don't think they come with the phone. Maybe they do. It says Series 2. I don't know what Series 1 would have been. Oh, it's like each box set is a series. That's not how it works. That's not how series work. This is one drop.
That big guy, he looks nervous.
He looks very
nervous.
Concerned. He just got a bad text.
Oh yeah, from her. They all have their phones.
This little girl is mean. She's mad. She's mugging. It's like the Ms. Girl, if you remember Ms. Girl. All right, I think that's it. It was a big week. We got all our hooks in, so make some TikToks that go viral. That's the goal.
Perfect.
Do you have anything else for this week?
No, I can't think of anything. No. Did I do anything fun? Again. I mean, I bought all those toys at that nice yard sale. Kids. My kids? My kids are great.
You gotta say something nice about them after we talked about they killed you.
Well, they did kill me. But then like you said,
it's the sweetest of deaths.
Resurrected. Yeah.
You were resurrected, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I had a third week. I had that fun yard sale experience, but the woman wanted too much for her McDonald's toy boxes, but I managed to pull some stuff that was good.
Like the boxes the Happy Meal comes in, or they were just boxes of toys?
Boxes of toys. She wanted $55 a piece for the totes, and I was like, oh, I don't know. Seems like a lot. Yeah. I'm like, the stuff I took out, I'm like, let's, can I build some stuff? And I'm like, you're here by yourself. I go, if nobody's coming for this stuff, you got to start making some deals here.
She's just going to keep it. I'm going to bury her here with it. I think I posted that. Let me see if I can find that picture. Because you found like that Megazord.
I found that Megazord. That was fun.
Oh, I got to talk about this.
Okay.
Let me find the picture first. I'm going to find it. What else did you find?
I found those Alf Burger King premiums.
Yeah, I don't even remember that. It was from the Alf cartoon?
It must have been, yeah. Because did Alf ever go to like fantasy? Like, was there ever like Alf's imagination? Because one of them's like a knight with a dragon.
Oh, I don't really know, but I mean, I'm sure they just did whatever with Alf because he was the hot.
I got those. What were they? The Happy Meal food foolers, which were interesting. It was like McDonald's
food
spy
foolers.
Gear. Yeah, that's what they were called.
Oh yeah, the little keyboard that pops out. That was cool.
Yeah,
I want that. Fun. That's really fun. Well, I went to Ross and I had not seen anybody reporting this. They had the Mego penguin. They had two of them. I grabbed two, so I could open one. Here's his box. He comes in. So what I wanted, I bought him for research because I wanted to know if the new Migos were held together with rubber bands like the original Migos, or if they had updated. So I'm gonna undress him here. You can see.
Oh my.
The bodies, because they're doing they did that Disney Store exclusive set with Spider-Man and a few friends, and that sold out, and I haven't seen them relist it, so I don't know what the plans are for that. But I do actually want that because I like Mego Spider-Man because it reminds me of Toy Fair. So you can see here's the body, and it's not rubber bands. It's just like real toy joints. You can see they're white for whatever reason, but yeah, he's just like a real toy now. He's a real toy. No rubber bands, no strings to hold me down. Not like good range of.
It's like the wrong Mego to undress.
No, what are you talking? I'm sorry, he's not hot enough for you.
Yeah, he's not hot enough for me.
He's not hot enough for you. My wife said that his body looked like Mr. Potato Head's body. You see it, Mr. Potato Head?
See it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some eyes on it.
Can't unsee it.
They redid the hands though. The hands are much nicer. He can like grip things if he had an umbrella or something, but he does not. He comes with nothing. Head is nice and hard. He's got a hard head, and he's got no.
How much was it? How much was it at Ross?
$5.
Can't
Sweet
beat
spot.
that. Wow.
Pick them all up. They have the Acolyte figures are starting to pop up there too. The Black Series.
Oh, no kidding.
Star Wars.
Huh.
I'll pick those up. I always wanted those because that was fun, and it's fun to have like little kid figures in your collection because it's like so unique compared to the rest of the characters.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
No, I can't think of anything.
All right. Well, if you do, it's too late, so we'll just post it next week. All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.